It shades off on Sunday morning at Monmouth Park. Fall is a beautiful time of year in general, especially here at Monmouth Park. The sun patterns change or in different places, very, very bright at times, fade in the shadows at other times. I really, really like it, and the weather's fantastic too. It's cool, but not so cool that you need a jacket, and it's still morning as I take this. On Saturday, the Monmouth Dirt was muddy and sealed all day. It played evenly stylistically in one-turn sprints, but might have been off the pace favoring in two-turn routes, but it's hard to tell because there were only two such races, and in both of them the winners were well set up. Inside all the way, though, was not the place to be. The 2 and the 3 path was fine, but pinned to the inside was not. There was more rain last night. The surface will be wet today. It's currently drying out and harrowed. You can see it over my shoulders, but I don't think that's any guarantee it actually will be harrowed during racing. Last week on Sunday, it was harrowed for races 1 and 2. There was no rain, but then it was sealed for races 3 to the end of the card. So pay attention to any track changing conditions in the next few hours. I don't have a handle on whether it will be sealed or harrowed, but I do know that both scheduled turf races today, race 6 and race 8, will be run on the main track. In yesterday's second race, Electric Kitty was the second next up winner to emerge from the 7th race at Monmouth on September 3rd. The victor in that contest, number 7, Don Six's number, is nicely posted in today's race 5, and is the 7th horse in that race. Late in the racing season, the competition thins, and horses who had trouble contending early in the year suddenly become fit and live at prices. Take a look in exotics, at the very least, at the following. In race 1, number 2, Sneaking Up, has back form, plenty of conditioning, does not drop in class, at least in terms of price, and her barn thrives cutting back and going turf to dirt. In race 2, number 8, Celtic Blessing, ran deceptively decently off the bench and for a new barn last out versus a far stronger field, in which she only was beaten 3 1/4 lengths by Flower Patch, who won a state-bred $100,000 maiden claimer yesterday, essentially a state-bred maiden special weight contest. So I think that means the 8 Celtic Blessing matches up nicely in race 2. In race 4, number 3, Lockup, has rested, awaiting eligibility for this condition after being consistently competitive versus better earlier this meet, and he loves it wet. If this track gets sealed, pay attention to him especially. And in race 10, number 9, After the Fire, ran his best races in 2010 in cooler weather, and number 10, Giant Jumping Bean, was improving before going too long versus too strong last time out. Both of those horses are conditioned by live, low-profile conditioners, the 9 After the Fire by Paul Copa, and the 10, Giant Jumping Bean by Russell Cash. Following up this segment, we're going to do another exotic race segment featuring the late pick 4, and later this afternoon there'll be a Breeders' Cup Preview Day analysis segment looking at some of those races in context with how they might play out in the Breeders' Cup in early November. That segment will be up in the afternoon and will stay up into next week.